Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, Big Game James Worthy, Derek Fisher, Allie Clifton's going to join us in a little bit. The Lakers had a full squad tonight, minus Mo Bamba, of course, with LeBron and D'Lo back in the starting lineup. The Lakers avenged their loss to the Chicago Bulls on Sunday. It was their turn to dominate as they get back to 500, Big Game James. Big win. Needed to start off that 5-game road trip.
Yeah, we talked about it in pregame. Rarely you get a chance to redeem yourself and play the same team back-to-back. They had a couple of days off to prepare for this, and tonight's game was a good start. I think the starters tonight really took care of business early. Of course, Chicago made a good comeback after the Lakers turned it over a little bit in the second quarter, but AD made his presence known along with LeBron. 13 offensive rebounds really helped, get them going to domination on that end. So I think overall it was a good team effort, but the starters did a great job tonight. Russell hit when he had to, and they did what they had to do on the road to get a win.
James, 107 of the 121 points, we'll talk about in a little bit, came from the starters. Pretty amazing. And you mentioned the second chance points, 29 of them.
Yeah, man, I thought they got good shots, when they moved the basketball. I think 22 assists tonight, which is not a crazy high number, but I thought they played with the right intentions offensively for the most part. Not as many possessions where they stood and kind of watched, either AD or LeBron play. And just good stretches with Austin Reeves, D'Angelo, LeBron on the floor, AD, to really see the multiple ball handlers and decision makers that really allowed the Lakers to get almost anything they wanted. And then, we'll talk more as the show goes on. The free throw differential, I think, is going to continue to be something to watch with this team. Since January the 29th, by far the highest free throw differential in the league, which allows you to also get your defense set more times. And so just some good things that they were able to build on tonight.
Yeah, Lakers just 7 of 20 from three, but didn't matter. They were plus 13 in the rebounding category, taking advantage of no Andre Drummond as well. Let's go back to Chicago. AD is with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony, I know we've been waiting a while to try and get that optimized starting lineup. A look at it, right, since you made the trade at the deadline. Certainly looked good tonight. What did you think was the deal with that starting group, and why did it have success?
In all honesty, we just came out hungry. We know we needed to win. Obviously, this team just beat us a couple of nights ago. We want to get some get back. And this whole trip, we call it the get back trip. Every team on this trip has beat us the last time we played them. So we want to start off the trip right with a W, and we took care of business tonight.
An efficient 38 for you, a couple steals, couple blocks, no turnovers, double-digit rebounds. AD, what was your focus level coming back here to Chicago? And again, you mentioned this is a team that just beat you on Sunday.
Yeah, man, I always love playing home. I get to play with all my family and friends. I don't get a chance to do that all the time. We come here once a year. So, I always try to come out and perform well and have this moment, especially not just for me, but for the family as well. So, most importantly, we just got to win. Come out with an aggressive mindset, knowing that we needed to win. Guys locked in, guys played well on both ends of the basketball. And even though they made their runs, we stayed resilient and was able to, combat their run with our own. And came out with the victory, man. That's all that matters.
I think I know the answer to this because I asked your dad, but is it kind of hard being a Packer fan in Chicago? AD? Are they aware of this fact here?
Yeah, I think they're aware of it. They don't have to worry about that anymore. Well, actually, I'm always a diehard Packer fan, so I'm going to still be a Packer even if my quarterback leaves. Then I'll just have two teams. But, yeah, I get a lot of heat about that, especially from my dad about being a Packer fan in Chicago.
All right, last one for you. So you've talked about Pat Bev before, right? You know how he is. Did you enjoy or get any enjoyment out of the Austin Reeves too small going back at him in that way?
Yes, for sure. The crowd was into it, too. Having Pat Bev over here was obviously awesome. That's what he do. He was talking Sunday, and we came out and make sure that he don't talk tonight. But it's all love. When we battling, and him and Austin obviously have a great relationship. So it was funny. He did it to Bron, and so Austin got some get back for Bron. So we love to see it.
It's all love.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, AD.
Look at the starting lineup. 107 points of the 121. D'Lo, after 2-game absence, comes back strong with 17 points, 5 assists. D'Lo 2 for Austin Reeves, 19 points, 5 assists. We're going to talk about him in a little bit. He was plus 28. LeBron returns his second game after being out for almost 5 weeks, 25 points on 10 of 19. Vando hit 2 big threes, 8.7 rebounds. Awesome defense from Vando. And AD, who we're going to talk about now, big game, 38 points, 10 rebounds, 13 of 20, got to the line 14 times. And after getting only 8 shots in that Sunday loss, I asked you before the game, will they get AD going early? You said yes, early and often.
Yeah, it always works. You know, when you have your best player, you know, AD, an exception of LeBron, you know what I'm talking about. When you get AD involved early as a big and take advantage of his talent early, get the ball close to the cup, he's going to collapse the defense. But one-on-one, it's just no match for him. He can get to the cup. He has nice little floaters. That set the stage. He also had a defensive presence as well. So he set the stage early and was able to sustain it throughout the game.
And there's a literally big difference between Nikola Vucevic and then in the second unit, I think at times Derek Jones Jr. and other guys trying to guard Anthony Davis. Compared to Sunday afternoon, it was Andre Drummond. So even that difference in terms of the size around the basket, I just felt like AD recognized there was just no match for him on the defensive end and just continued to play with force and not only scoring the ball when when the Lakers played through him offensively, but also the 10 rebounds and his ability to get to the front of the glass, which was also a big contributing factor to those 29 second chance points.
Yeah, you see the numbers right there as compared to Sunday, a world of difference. The 13 of 20 compared to the 6 of 8, and of course the free throw line as well. I do want to talk a little Austin Reeves. Personally, I loved what he did at the end of the game when he did his too small to Patrick Beverley. That is part of the fun. That is part of the entertainment. Those guys have a great relationship. Lakers lose Sunday in an embarrassing fashion at home, but turn it around and give it right back to the Chicago Bulls. I love his toughness. I love his attitude. We talked before the game. He is second in the league at numbers post All-Star break to pre when it comes to assists. He's almost averaging 6. And I asked you guys if there would be room for a facilitator like Austin with LeBron and D'Lo back in the game. And you said absolutely. You got to make room for him. But he just was patient. Big game, kind of finding when he can pick his spots. He was fantastic. 19.7 of 8, plus 28.
Yeah.
Plus 28, Austin Reeves.
I've never tried, I've never seen, Austin try to do anything too fast or, out of the ordinary. He just kind of takes the game as it comes. You set a pick, he'll take it. If you go under, he'll step back, shoot the 3. If he gets you behind him, he'll try to get his body into you. He'll make the great pass. So I think, Coach Ham has found a gem in Austin. He's kind of like a guy that can do a little bit of everything. And so his awareness on the court, Geeter, makes that first unit run very well along with AD and LeBron.
And Fish, I would argue he was maybe even the 4th option ball handler if you add Dennis in there, and he still had 5 assists.
Yeah, I mean, with that starting group, the game is actually easier for Austin. When LeBron is in the lineup, AD's in the lineup, and then D'Angelo's ability to make plays with the basketball. Austin oftentimes, whether initiating with the ball or without the ball, those 3 guys have drawn a lot of attention in terms of the defensive coverage. And so Austin's ability to make plays for himself or be able to drive and make easy things happen for Vando or other guys, that actually is easier as they get whole and healthy. But that's the versatility that this team has now added with some of the trades. And then you talk about Dennis's ability to command and run a second unit. That's really exciting for this team.
All right.